The league leaders started this game as though they were about to increase their lead. Beck taking advantage of some defensive charity but blasting his shot well wide of the mark. Charlton took the hint and tightened up their play before Sean Newton created a little piece of magic, playing a 1-2 in the 20th minute before unleashing a shot which keeper Mark Schwarzer probably never even saw. A quarter of an hour later, the Charlton fans were celebrating again, the Borough defence failing to head the ball clear and Mark Bright taking advantage to head the home side into a 2-goal lead. Newton might have killed the game before half-time as Brian Robson's men allowed him another dangerous run, but his shot ended up the wrong side of the woodwork. But the gravity of Borough's situation wasn't lost on Newton for long. As if to prove Wimbledon's new signing Carl Lieben wouldn't be missed, he tucked in his second and Charlton's third on 59 minutes. From then on, it was all the home side. Mark Kinsella aiming low and hard, Schwarzer using his body and then his feet to stave off the danger. The final score, nonetheless, a great one for the home fans. Charlton 3, Middlesbrough 0.
Staying in the results against the top two sides, albeit one of them in the cup, but we needed to prove ourselves, I think, against them top two, and we've gone and done that, so now we've got the rest of the season to play for. Hopefully we can continue our form.
We'll see Division 1 clash at the Valley. Middlesbrough arrived as leaders but left as also-rans after a terrific Charlton performance. Chris Terry reports.
The Valley was packed and happy.
At the attention of Charlton supporters outside the stadium for your information that today's game is sold out.
Not even the sale of Carl Lieben to Wimbledon could disturb the feeling of well-being.
Well, we actually think it's good news. We think they did well to get the money for them, they did.
We've got a lot of youngsters coming through as well, and they're just not getting the chance.
Middlesbrough knew when they arrived they were in for a hard game against the division's highest scorers, with only one loss at home.
It'll be a tough game, but there again, I mean, all the games in this league are tough. But the lads are in good form at the moment, and they're looking forward to the challenge.
Who knows, if Beck had put this one in after a minute, what would have happened? Instead, the home side took control through a young player and a veteran. The young player was Sean Newton. A 1-2 with Mark Kinsella and a brilliant shot. Charlton were one up. You could almost believe Robson saw the writing on the wall already. 22-year-old Newton had needed no second time of asking to fire the ball home. He was also the provider for Mark Bright, 13 years his senior, in the 36th minute, via the fumbling hands of Mark Schwarzer in the Middlesbrough goal. This was Bright's first start of the season, thanks to the departure of Carl Lieben. He wasn't about to waste a gift like that. At half-time, the 15,700-odd fans, a record crowd since Charlton returned to the Valley, must have wondered if they'd see a Middlesbrough revival. Far from it. Almost on the hour, a Paul Merson mistake gave Sean Newton the opportunity for another superb shot from the edge of the box, and the match was out of their reach.
Are Charlton good enough to go up this season?
I think we are, and I don't know if that's going to be via the playoffs or straight promotion, but certainly I feel that if we don't get in the playoffs now, you know, after being there for most of the season, that would be a major disappointment, obviously. If we do any better than that, who knows?
A massive disappointment. I think we let ourselves, the fans, you know, everyone down really. We didn't put in the effort that we have been doing, and that's disappointing.
I'd like to think we could make one of the top two slots. No one really talks about it, and we just aim to obviously keep in there.
One old favourite leaves, another takes his place. Happy Valley times indeed.
Well, Division 1 the table. Portsmouth now 2 points adrift at the bottom from Bury, and then come Crewe, who can go up to 17th today. But looking at the bottom half of the table, Alan, can any of those sides say we're not in danger of going down?
Well, this is a time of the season where if you get 2 wins or 2 defeats on the spin, then perhaps that will tell you where you're going. And so if a club's going to pull out of that and perhaps make a charge for the playoffs, they've got to start doing it now. Do
you think Manchester City then could still consider the playoffs, or are they just going to be happy to keep moving away from trouble?
I think a couple of years ago, I think Sunderland and Derby, perhaps around about this time of the season, perhaps wasn't seen as promotion candidates and put a run together and put themselves up there. It can be done.
So you think City could still get involved?
Well, I think that in this league you can quite easily win 5 or 6 on the spin or lose 5 and 6 on the spin. If someone can do that in that bottom half, they'll put themselves in contention.
Well, that's interesting. Queen's Park Rangers top of the bottom, as it were. Norwich in 12th aren't safe. As Alan was saying, they've been slipping goals just recently. Bradford stay 11th despite their victory at Stockport. Swindon 10th at the moment despite that poor run. A win today and they're poised just outside the playoffs.
Well, that's right, they've had a good start, Swindon, and that will always hold you in good stead, and if they can get a result today, it may be the turning point for them.
And looking at the top, from Birmingham upwards, you'd say the only side in the top 8 not really firing on all cylinders at the moment are West Brom.
Yeah, they've had a managerial change, and I think that Dennis Smith now has been there a couple of weeks. I think he will try and instil into the team what he wants, and they're still there. You know, it's the thing that if you're down the bottom like Huddersfield, they've had a great run, but they're still down there. Swindon have had a poor time of recent weeks, but they're still there, and they need, as I said, to put a couple of results together now and try and wipe away that Stevenage memory.
You're neatly tucked in 3rd place. The home form is so good, and you've got some big home games coming up as well. So in a way, your fate is very much in your own hands.
We've got the most of the top 6 or 7 sides to come to the Valley, and the way we're playing at the moment there, then we're looking forward to that. But we've got to start picking some points up away from home. We've been playing quite well. Certain games we let ourselves down, but overall we've been playing quite well. Pick some away points up and we'll see where we are at the end of the season.
If you had to put your house now on who the 2 automatic promotion teams will be, who would they be?
Well, I said at the start of the season that the 3 teams that got relegated with their financial backing, as I said earlier, and the fact that they get tremendous crowds, will be in the shake-up. But I don't rule us out of that at all. And people were talking about us like Barnsley last year. Well, perhaps the clubs surrounding us are big and powerful, but they know, and they've played us this season, that we've got a chance.
Just going on about the Carl Lieben departure for a moment, I know 1 or 2 Charlton supporters were a little bit surprised to see him go to Wimbledon in the week. What was the background to that?
Well, basically, Carl's been out of contract for 19 months, and it's got to the situation that if a club wanted to sign Carl, he didn't even have to ask their permission. In all fairness, that's basically what happened on Tuesday. Wimbledon inquired after him, they phoned him up, he went and spoke to him, he went and signed for him. And you know, he's been out of contract for 19 months, recently come back into the side, but we couldn't satisfy his demands, if you like. He'd been looking to try and get into the Premiership. This was the first club that made any real intentions of signing him, and he went and signed for him. The difference between previous seasons at our club now is that I've got strength in depth and people can come in and take his place.
You've got a lot of firepower there at the moment, haven't you?
Well, that's right. Mark Bright came in yesterday and scored. Bradley Allen's been very unlucky to be left out the side. He scored 2 goals in the 3 games he's played in. And I've got young Kevin Lisby. And I've also got Steve Jones, who's out on loan at Bournemouth, who scored 4 goals in 3 games. You know, and Paul Emblem, who's on loan at Brighton at the moment. So we're well covered in the forwards.
All right, thanks for the moment, Alan.